Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're coming to you live from our brand new set.
Boom, Bart's Bar, Whiskey Bar.
It finally got done.
It's done.
And Sullivans Cove American Oak Tasmanian Whiskey.
Crazy. Thank you, James D.
Let's test it.
Test it. All right, Bruno, this is it. This is our first shot from the new bar.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's done. I'm sure you're glad it's done.
Man, I still got a few little things I got to do down in this general area, like the sink right over here, my little bar sink. I got a backsplash needs to be tiled, and I got to get a faucet in
They
there.
can't see it, so
It's
done.
it.
It looks nice.
It's done. It's not fully functional yet. Like
Now you can see partially the shelves behind us on this side.
yes,
A shelf that goes all along the window to the other. There's more shelves over here. There's a shelf running along behind us.
I'll take
Down
some
here, two
still
shelves.
shots and I'll throw them in.
He's got room for about 500 bottles of whiskey. Probably, well, I don't know,
Bingo.
about 500.
It's
Probably.
close. About as many games as I have on the opposing wall. Which we'll
450.
talk. Yes, actually, I got even more than that.
No, bottles are looking
Oh,
at
450. I like
450.
it. It's a good 450. Yeah, because unlike my board games, you don't really go through them and they're gone. The Scotch tends to fade away,
Yes.
tends to get consumed gently.
And we're looking at the board game shelf now out in front
Right.
of us. It's straight that way.
Yep. Matter of fact, if you go
And-
to our our Crown Royal
Oh,
Northern
yeah.
Harvest Rye,
That's right.
we were seated there pointing toward this bar.
And it
that
was unfinished.
unstained. Yeah, it was
The
unfinished.
wood was up, but yeah, unstained.
Yes.
Everything.
It's all good. So, tell us some more about this Australian Tasmanian whiskey.
Sullivans Cove American Oak and a French oak they make that are both highly awarded
Yes.
whiskeys.
Well, the French oak I actually had when I was with Whiskey Raj at Acacia, a very nice, probably one of the best whiskey bars in Pittsburgh. And they actually had some of the French oak that won Whiskey of the Year in 2014. So I got to have it.
Oh, the French oak.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did have a taste of French oak. It is delicious. Whiskey Raj had actually said, "Hey, try it," and of course I went with his recommendation right on the spot, and it was great.
Now this is from
Boom, not a cork.
a follower, a fan
Yeah,
in Australia, James D. We don't want to say your last name in case you don't want it said, James.
and if you do want it said, James, we'll like yell it in one of our
Yes.
future episodes.
Let us know, and we'll tell the world,
what the D stands for.
half of the world.
No, the world, baby, and all of China.
We'll tell everybody what James D stands for.
Actually,
but James D wanted us. He loves this whiskey. He's in Australia.
Yes.
He wanted us to be able to taste it and review it, and
Yeah.
he arranged for a bottle to be sent to us.
Yes, he did. He gifted. He
Yes.
gifted a bottle. He's very
We
proud of this
encourage
Australian
that
whiskey.
type of activity.
Well, we heavily encourage that. This was completely unexpected. By the way, he'd purchased 4 glasses, I think, didn't he?
Yep, James did.
Yeah. And then we sent the glasses down.
Our
which are
Glencairns.
our Glencairn Scotch Test dummy glasses. And we sent them down, and he's a great follower, comments, and chats with us. And he just said, "Hey, I want to send you this. It needs your attention." And it does.
Yes.
And we like the attention that we've given it. So James D, if you're cool with us saying your last name, and if you're not, that's fine too. We will shout. I'll shout it. I'll yell it on a future episode.
Do it.
So what do you get?
You should write it on your belly
Oh,
and do
I
the
don't know if you want to see the belly.
game face.
Ooh,
Write it
I
on
need
there.
to find that game face shirt. Write his name on my belly? I don't think
Yep.
does James deserve that? It would be a little Tasmanian though. Like, what do you got?
That's
I
right.
got his name on my belly. Ah. We'll see. He might give permission for the use of the name, but not the writing on said belly.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Now, if you're just tuning into us as well, we've tasted this already. We've taken notes. We've had it neat. We've had it with water.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be offended. We've had some videos where we just go right into adding water and tasting it. But that's because we've already taken notes, and it offends some viewers.
Somebody was offended?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
That we would add water before we drank it. No, calm down. We've already tasted it.
Yeah. This seal's been
notes.
cracked.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I tasted this in your hot tub, platonically. It was cold outside. It had been a stressful week, very stressful, matter of fact. And you said, hey, you haven't tried the hot tub, come on over.
That's right.
And I said, it's cold out. And you're like, it's hot. It's a tub. It's hot. And it was so hot. It was super hot. You called me an amateur.
That's right. You had to like get up and sit on the step.
I did. I got so hot. I'm like, ooh, I got to get out of the hot water for a little bit. Wow, we covered a lot of topics. What do you get on the nose?
I love the nose on this. Very citrusy. It's very light. I get oak. I get malt and honey.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, I get a wood, but it's not the normal oaken wood. I don't know how to even say what the normal oaken wood would be, but this smells, to me, this is like barn wood. Like I've entered into a barn. My grandfather lived on a farm, and the old barn, the wood carried this smell. And yeah, there's a, I'm going to give you a surprise on a second. There's a little honey, and only a board gamer would get this reference. When you first pop a game, not all of them, but some of them, when you first open that box, you get the brand new box smell. And it comes from, I believe, all the map and all the counters that are in there have like that newly minted paper on there with maybe the ink. And I'm getting that. Not most of you will know what that reference is, but for the board gamers out there, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when you first pop your box. That sounded weird. Sorry.
It's 47.5% ABV, a little bit stronger. It comes off a little bit on the taste neat. Not too bad. It's still good.
Not too bad.
The alcohol content.
Oh yeah, you mean it's strong alcohol? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kind of bites you right off the top.
Yeah,
it does.
but not harsh.
No, but it gets that little ting, that little zing that you'll get. Neat. And then I get a tanginess, a tartness in the aftertaste that fades, almost like lemon.
Yep. I think a little nut. There's a little nut in there.
Yeah.
Yep. Almond. Yep. Got that in my notes. Matter of fact.
You're right. There is a little almond in there.
The citrus that I get on the nose, I don't so much get on the palate.
You didn't get the lemon on the aftertaste?
I do get a little bit of lemon when you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprises me.
Actually, I have in my notes, and I haven't added my water yet, but I have in my notes from when we were tasting it that the water opened it up, and then I got the citrus.
Talk a little bit while I bring up my notes on this one. I forgot to cue it.
The water I've got opens it up. It brings out the citrus. The oak is present. Now with time, and when we sit down and taste these, you're talking, we spend at least 30 minutes to an hour with them. I got cream de menthe that came out in it.
Really? Wow, I did not get that. On the nose, neat, just to recap and from my notes, lemongrass. I get a slight maltiness on the nose. Again, this is neat. What I called sugar cane, and then I flat out saying there, this may be my imagination, but a little bit of a smell of the external part, the outer part of a kiwi.
The rind? Was it
Yeah,
skin?
but it wouldn't really
rind?
be the rind, it would be the skin.
The skin of a kiwi?
So when I
That
say
smells different
maybe,
than the internal parts of a
I
kiwi.
think so, I know. Maybe kiwi. And yeah, and I've got definitely here like a little like kiwi, but I got it in there.
You're not going to get the time here when you drink this. Sit with it, add your water. If you put water in it, let it sit, let it air. And I've got in my notes, and if you remember when we were tasting this, my drink had been out for 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
I remember that.
And I think we'd taken a break, and I came back to it, and I was like, and it really opened up and was so much smoother and even fuller.
Yes.
And I go, Bart, try this. You were done with yours. And you tried it, and you said, is that the same stuff?
Right.
And I said, yeah, it is. It's just the time had really opened it up.
So letting it open it up, letting it sit for a bit. Also forgot, after I added the water, and I get it right now, to me it has that fresh, long-stemmed rose smell. Like when you go into the florist and you open that refrigerated, that refrigerated cooler, and I get that. Yep.
I don't know if you just heard Bart's belly or not.
They probably did. If you heard something, that was my belly.
Mike might have picked it up.
Actually, the mic's pretty good. So they were probably like, whoa, there's like a wild animal in there somewhere. Yeah, I did notice that. I was going to just not say anything, but why? Why let that pass? Taste, I get a background malt, soft sugar water, a dry mouthfeel, and the whole dram is light, subtle, and smooth. It's delicious. I give it an 88. You got the 91 on it.
You go, generally, if there's not peat involved, you're a harder scorer.
I love the peat. I mean, there's no denying that I do love the peat. But there are some subtleties here. I love the aftertaste. I'm going to need to drink another little thing to get it.
Believe me, though, if you buy this and you try it, let it sit, let it air. Time really helps this.
I don't know if it needs help. I've got it right now. It gives a malty aftertaste, but yeah, it travels. It changes as you time out, which is something. Again, it's funny. I'd missed the comments where somebody was saying we're adding water before we try it neat. Yeah, Scott and I are known to spend an hour with an ounce. What I will do is I'll usually come home. I'm home for a little while. Everybody gets tucked into bed. And before I'll go to sleep, I'll put a little bit of music on, turn all the lights down a little bit. I'll have my phone out for my notes or my pad, and I will pour an ounce. And I may spend a good 45 minutes to an hour nosing it, writing notes.
Yeah.
And I know you'll do the same. Yeah. Although you'll usually do it like while you're playing Call of Duty.
No, I try to have very little distractions. And that is one thing I've learned. Even the TV being on can distract you. The only exception is if it's a really good Scotch. If I'm sitting down and something I haven't had before, and I pour it in my glass and I sit in front of the TV, most of the time I'm too distracted to spend the attention that I want on the Scotch, unless it's real. I've had a couple where I'm like, holy crap, that's good.
Yeah.
Even with the TV on.
Well, if I'm having it for the first time, I'm with you. I don't want too many distractions. Very little. And the music isn't a distraction for me. It's more of a mood setter.
Yeah.
But if I'm watching a show, I don't want to be trying something for the first time.
Right.
I want to go to like the Rhymageddon, and I'll say, oh, I know what I'm getting with this one.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I'd love to do a show where we compare like I yell out a movie, like the old Point Break, and you then yell out the drink you would drink with it. Yeah. You don't know what I'm doing.
How about we just quote it? You yell out a movie and I yell a quote from
you're good with quotes. All right, Point Break.
I take the skin off my chicken.
What part's that from? That's not like a well-known quote. Sounds like you made it up.
Nope, Keanu Reeves when he's in the FBI office and they're breaking him into the new area and stuff. They're like, this is the FBI, this is Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I take the skin off my chicken.
What does that mean?
Meaning he eats healthy, he eats good.
Oh.
They're talking about diet and exercise.
Oh. That was when taking the skin off was new? Must have been like 86.
Yeah.
All right, now what would you drink with that?
Well, most of Point Break, they were surfers. I would have to go with like a Talisker.
Oh, no. See, I would go in a bourbon range with those guys. I don't think they're refined.
I thought you meant what would you drink while you were watching it. I didn't know I was in the movie surfing.
Yeah, you're not in the movie, but with that, I'd want to pair it with it.
What are you talking about?
I would drink. You're going to yell at me, Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That doesn't surprise me. You pick that.
I know. It just seems to go. They're jumping out of planes and stuff.
Okay.
Wild turkey.
Our Evan Williams review is the commenter, the comment that came in, and some guy watched our Evan Williams single barrel review, and he said we were the worst reviewers he had ever watched. We added water before we even tasted it, and we were dumb.
Well, you're right. We're dumb.
Yeah.
All right. So that part you got right. Since we do taste them well before we add the water. Yeah, you would. I mean,
Well, I think that was it. We thought we poured it and stuff, and then we started adding water to it.
before
And when
we
you're
did
watching the
original
video,
taste, yeah.
you know.
Well, to be honest, we do try to preserve the talk about it neat first. So we probably should have done that. I'm going to give him.
Yeah,
the
but sometimes,
credit.
but the problem,
He's
but we've already tasted.
Who is
We've
this?
already done
Who
that.
said this?
I don't even remember.
Oh, you can't remember his name?
Nice guy.
No, I'm giving him credit.
yeah.
We should preserve. I mean, even
God
though.
bless him.
Well, no, I love. You got to take the critics. If someone takes the time to criticize, that's good, because really we should tell them what we got in the neat process, both nose and taste, and then what we then get when we add a touch of water, and then sometimes even when we add a little bit more water. He's going to go look that up. So
We probably don't have time. We're probably running out of time now. Here you
No,
go.
come on, we can ramble a little bit. Although this is our
That's what we
Scotch
do.
one. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. If you're watching on Saturday, that's when we put these out. For those that don't know, oh Lordy, we put out America's Whiskey on Wednesday. So it'll be America's. So not like just, we're talking North America, not just like USA. So it'll be,
Oh,
hold on, you got it? You got it? What is it?
we got two on here.
Okay.
Just a second.
So Wednesday is going to
Here,
be
here.
like Canadian whiskeys, American whiskeys. Saturdays are going to be Scotches and world whiskeys. All right.
Now, we already paid homage to Turd Cutter in another one of our reviews, but Turd Cutter was one of them. And Turd Cutter said we should just remove Scotch and test from our name, please. He
All
said.
right. So we're dummies. Got it,
And
Turd
then-
Cutter.
Farts Fudchick.
Is that like his cousin?
Fudcheck? I don't know.
It's gotta be his cousin.
He says, worst bourbon review I've ever seen.
Oh, that cuts right to the heart.
Putting water in it before tasting it is a joke. Tasting at random times instead of tasting together and being way off a subject, bad.
We do taste at random other times, then we taste again when we join in. And our whole shtick is random conversation. We're all over the place. Look at this one.
Now, what
By the
happened
way,
if you
look
go
at
back?
that.
If you go back and you watch our first few videos,
Boba Fett
what
like
would happen
this.
was we would pour
Oh,
it.
God, yeah.
We would nose it at the same time, and we would taste it at the same time, and you had this uncomfortable silence in the video. Not uncomfortable,
Maybe
but
the
just
first one
the
or two.
silence in the video. And we were watching them, and we said, only one of us should nose at a time.
True.
Only one of us should taste at a time. That way, someone is talking, and you don't have this silence that's going on. So
And we are chatty
he just
Cathys.
drank, and I kept talking.
And we're chatty Cathys. Sometimes we'll interrupt. I tend to talk more than you too.
Scotch God.
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Dummies.